beginning of literature review, you need to summarize and conclude the things that should be done. Maybe you will summarize it in table format or the way that you would like to do. Okay, we will go for these things step by step. Maybe in this presentation, you will not find all these contents, but this is the typical. This is the typical contents. For these slides, maybe not all of them are there. Okay, so the proposal outline first, we have the title page. This page should be only the title of your research or your project. Okay? After the title should be the abstract. The second page should be the abstract. Sometimes table of contents is before the abstract. And in some universities, some schools, they put the abstract before the table of contents. So what is the abstract? Abstract is like you make a picture shoot for your study. Very small picture. This picture will summarize everything about your research. It should give information to the reader about your research. Then the reader will know that this research area is in the same of his research area or is different. Okay? And also, when the university sends your thesis for evaluation, for examination, they will send before the abstract only to the examiners. Then the examiner will see if this area is his area or not from the proposal. So the proposal should be written in a careful way, should be written carefully. So what's the abstract? It's a very short and concise. Concise means we write it with concentration, with careful writing. We don't need to write about everything. Just write some very small sentences which are concise, description of project, go direct to the point. No intros, no history. We don't write any citations in the abstract. In the abstract, we cannot do any citations or references. We don't talk about the history. We don't do any introductions because it is very limited. Sometimes, some universities, they said it is 150 to 200 words of short, direct, and complete sentences. Some universities, they give you 1 page. It should be 1 paragraph only. You cannot write your abstract in different paragraphs. Only 1 paragraph. 1 block. State the rationale and key objectives, no citations or codes. You cannot code between quotations. You cannot say that somebody said like this and you put in quotations. No. Because this is a summary of your work. Okay? And when you write the abstract for the proposal, you will use the future tense. Why? Because we are just proposing. We will do like this. 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 So we are using future tense. Okay? For the proposal, we use future tense when we say what we are going to do. But after that, when we do our experiment and finish everything and we are writing our final thesis, we will change the future tense into past tense. because the work in that time will be achieved or will be completed. Okay, you understand?
Objective, the same name, objective.
Yes, but you don't write them like what you write inside the chapter. No, you need to write them in a way, I mean in different way. You need to, it's a matter of writing. For example, okay, we will give some examples. After this session, we will show you some examples from thesis. Okay? Maybe I'll show you my thesis, master thesis, how to write the abstract and these things after the lecture. Now, we just you need to know what are these things. Okay? After that, we will see the examples. So it is a very short and concise description of project. Go direct to the point, no intros, no history, around 150 to 200 words. Sometimes, as I told you, you are allowed to use one page, but it should be only one paragraph. Short, direct, and complete sentences. State the rationale. Rationale means the logic and key objectives. No citations, no quotes. Okay. The abstract usually has some elements. It's not mentioned here in the slides, but you can write it. It should have introductory sentence. This introductory sentence should be on the general topic. For example, you are doing electronic e-government. For example, your topic is about e-government. Your topic is about e-education, for example, or technology in education. So you write one introductory sentence. This sentence should be one line or 1.5 line, or maybe 2 lines, about e-government or about using the technology in education. Okay? This is the introductory sentence. Why? Because I want to give the reader an idea about my research, what I'm doing, which area I'm doing. Okay? After the introductory sentence, I write one sentence, motivation. Motivation means what are the things that make me do this research? Why should I do this research? Why should I do this research? Because this is the first question that the reader, the examiner, will ask you. Why you are doing this research? What are your motivations? Okay, motivations as we mean is dawafir. Motivations. So one sentence for the motivation. After I do the introductory sentence, after I write this introductory sentence, I mention why I'm doing this research. After I write my motivation, I will write something about my objectives. The main aim. After I write the motivation, why should I do this research, I will say the aim of this study is to do this and this and this. The goal of this study is to do this and this and this. Okay? And after I mention the aim, I will say how this aim will be achieved. How I'm going to achieve this aim in one sentence. What are the objectives? This is the objectives. To achieve this aim, we will do this and this and this. We will do this and this and this. We will do this and this and this. Okay? And after I show the main aim and the objectives, I will show a brief methodology. I will say the methodology that will be used is this and this. And the steps will be this and this. only in very short sentences. Okay? And also, if I can, how to evaluate. How to evaluate or how to test our research study. These are the elements that should be there in the abstract, but it should be written carefully in a concise and direct way. Okay? And you will not be able to write the abstract unless you know all these things. So this is why abstract will be written as the last thing. Don't write the abstract from the beginning, because in the beginning you still not know about the motivation, about the objectives, about the methodology, about the evaluation. All these things you will know them after you read the literature and after you write your chapter 1. Okay? You get me? You cannot write the abstract in the beginning. After you finish doing your literature review and read a lot of papers, and after you write your chapter 1 and all these things in chapter 1, then you can summarize all these things in the abstract. Okay?
To write two. To write two.
To what?
To abstract.
No, it is one abstract, but you cannot write it from the beginning. It is difficult to write it from the beginning because these elements are from here. And you start to do this one, and after that, you write your abstract. Or maybe you can write a draft of your abstract first, and then you will revise it continuously.
After chapter 1.
Of course, your abstract will be changed so many times until you finish your study, and you will change your abstract. Because your abstract is a reflection of the contents of your work. It's a reflection. As we said in the beginning, abstract is a very small shoot. It's a very small picture that summarizes everything about your research. You see, introductory, motivation, objectives, aim, methodology, and evaluation. Everything, but in very concise and summarized way. Okay?
Abstract the same summary.
It's not the same summary. The summary is something different. Summary is you just summarize what you do in this chapter. When you write your chapter 1, for example, chapter 1 doesn't have summary, but maybe chapter 2, 3, and 4, and you can have summary. Summary means what you have done in this chapter. Okay? What you have done in this chapter, we review this and this and this, and we conclude this and this. This is the summary. But the abstract is different. I'll show you now what are the elements of the abstract. Okay? Table of contents. This is, you know, you put the content and the number of the page. This is what we mean by table of contents, and it should be hierarchical. Means,
Index.
huh?
Index.
Yes, it should be hierarchical. For example, chapter 1, then the sections inside chapter 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Okay? Chapter 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, like this. Okay? Project description, which is the chapter 1. Sometimes they call it project description. Sometimes they call it project overview. Sometimes they name it introduction. So it is overview of the current state of technology, specific technology or area field and the target entity. For example, you are doing about electronic government or using technology in education or social networking. So you do an overview, you read about the current state, what people are currently doing, current state of technology in area or field, in your area or in your field, and the target entity. Who is the target entity? For example, if you are doing electronic government, so the target entity for you is government. The target entity for you is educational institute, for example. And you need to do contemporary and not outdated sources. Contemporary means comprehensive, means shamil. You need to do a comprehensive or contemporary searching for not outdated sources. Not outdated means not for old. You don't need to use old references. For example, now we are in 2017. It's not possible or it's not logical to refer or to use references, for example, before 2000 or sometimes before 2005, because your resources should be fresh, should be from the last 5, maximum 7, 10 years. For example, we are in 2017, we should use the references from 2007 and go on. Not below 2007, not below 2005, not below 2000, because all of these are called outdated sources, expired. It's not expired, but you cannot use them, and they are not, because we are dealing with technology. You know, technology is advancing, technology is going in rapid and very speed way.
The same old source.
Huh?
The same old source.
Outdated means old. Outdated means old, expired, not usable. So, for example, if we are 2017 now, it is only, maybe you can choose 10 years until 2007. Not too technical or too detailed. We don't use the references that are too technical. Try to get out of your bachelor study. Because in bachelor study, we were concentrating on technical things. We were developing applications. For example, we develop database application, we develop maybe website, we develop anything like this, programming, we do these things. These are technical. So in research, try not to be too technical. Okay? Try to think in research paradigm, in research way, not in technical way. Don't use your technical mind or too detailed. Don't go in details. Okay? Detail means details of technical things. Basic working definitions of the terms. You need to know some definitions of the terms. Of course, when you start any topic or any title, we need to define some terms. These definitions can be get or can be acquired from books. We said you can write books, you can read first the books, because from the books you can get the main idea, you can get the definitions of the terms, and after that you go from the books to the journals and the paper, publications. Discussion on the problems faced. You need to know to read about the discussions about the problems faced, specific problems that you will tackle. How you will get a discussion about the problem? This is from the literature review. When you read the literature, you know how people were discussing the problems, how they solve the problems. And from these problems, you can get solutions to your specific problem. Okay? We have introduction and we have background in chapter 1. The introduction is in general about your study. This is